everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making seafood lasagna. It's really easy, don't be intimidated, there's a lot of steps, but they're really easy and I'll walk you through each one, okay? So in a saucepan you're going to need to melt 3 tablespoons of butter. Let's get that going. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to make a roux. And a roux is just a thickener. And we're going to turn it into a bechamel sauce, which is a very flavorful white sauce, okay? So I'm going to melt this. We want the butter totally melted. Then we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of flour, but don't add in that flour until the butter is melted, because you'll have a hard time getting the lumps out of it then. Now once your butter is melted, watch it closely so it don't burn. You're going to add 2 tablespoons of flour and you're going to whisk that in, okay? Now, with this roux, you want to go kind of slow because you don't want it to burn. But make sure that all of your flour is like incorporated into the butter. And then we're just going to cook this. I'm going to cook it on 4, maybe medium low. And we want it to get to a very light brown. That's where all your flavor is going to come from in the roux, okay? So I'm just going to mix this until it's a really light brown. Don't burn it. Don't go fast because you will burn it.
Yeah, some people, they like their roux really light. Some people like them really dark. You know, it's you do roux. You know.
But the thing is that with certain recipes you can't go dark because it'll taste burnt with that recipe. So you got to really pay attention to that. And just keep whisking it the whole time till we get it to the color we like. Alright, I'm going to have Jack come in and show you the light brown that I have. See? Looks delicious. Now we're going to add 2 cups of milk. Pour it in slowly and whisk. And that's going to make the roux. Okay, now we're going to put this back on the flame. I'm going to do it on 4 again because I don't want my milk to burn. And we're going to cook this until it's nice and thick. Okay? Just keep stirring it. Alright, now once it's thickened, we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. Now don't overdo it with the salt because you're going to be adding cheese, and sometimes the cheese is really salty. And then I'm going to add just a pinch of nutmeg. I'll just do it this way. Just a pinch. Now you're going to stir that. And we're going to set it to the side. Alright, now this is just what I'm doing. You don't have to do it. I put a little note for add-ins. And I'm going to add some sweet onion that we got from the farmer's market. And I'm going to cook this just until right before it's soft. Once we get to that point, then I'm going to add some garlic and put it in. The recipe does not call for that. I just think it needs a little more flavoring. So I'm going to let these go for a little bit. Don't burn them.
And you can never have too much garlic or onion in my
Right. And I just added just a little bit of butter in the bottom of my pan. And make sure that your oven is set at 350. Alright, once your onions are almost to the really soft stage, I'm going to add some garlic. This is, again, an add-in. And I added 2 teaspoons. That should be good. And I'm just going to put that in with the onions real quick. I'm just going to stir it in real quick. Just get it to smelling good.
And remember, the minced garlic in the jar is not as strong as the fresh garlic.
Right, I just didn't feel like cutting fresh today. So now, once this is in the pan and they're getting really, really light, we're going to add our shrimp and langostinos. Now, it called for crayfish, but we don't have crayfish here, so I'm doing langostinos, which are baby lobster tasting seafood.
Yep, Langostino lobsters is what they're called.
Yep. And again, measure with your heart on the seafood. If you have a lot left over, you can put it in a bowl and just put some seafood cocktail sauce on it and eat it with a fork. It's delicious. I just want to make sure I have enough for my lasagna because it's 2 layers. And I'm just going to cook this until the shrimp are kind of cooked through.
Nice and pink.
And I did rinse all of the seafood. This smells amazing. Alright, now you don't want to overcook your seafood. You just want to start it to get it to where it'll be okay in the oven, alright? So now I'm going to add, at the last minute, I'm going to add fresh crab. I broke it up with my fingers. Now, I know it's very, very expensive, okay?
But I'm worth it.
So if you guys don't have, can't afford the fresh crab, no problem. Just use that, the fake imitation crab sticks and break them up and put them in. It'll be just as good.
We use them all the time.
I do. But this can of crab meat was $30 at Costco, so it's very, very expensive.
I'm just ready to grab a fork and start eating that right now.
This smells amazing. I'm just heating the crab through.
And that'll heat like real quick.
Yeah, it will. Just mixing it all together. Okay, now let's put that off to the side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the cheese. You're going to need 2 cups of ricotta. Here I have fresh basil, thyme, and oregano. Measure with your heart. Put that into your ricotta.
Grass clippings.
Yeah. 1 egg. And a little salt and pepper. And we're going to mix that together. Before I mix that, I'm going to add my seasoning to my shrimp. I totally forgot. Sorry, guys. Now, I'm using Slap Your Mamas because Jack and I are not big hot dish people. We don't like the hotness of peppers and things like that.
Nothing killer hot.
Use whatever Creole seasoning you want. And like I said, measure with your heart. You want to get some good flavor in there, though. So I'm just going to stir this in and see if I need any more. There's layers and layers of flavor in this, so it should be really, really good for you guys.
We've tried umpteen different seasonings, and then we found this.
I always come back to Slap Your Mamas.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of heat in it, but not so much that I can't eat it. I'm going to add a little bit more. I have a lot of seafood here. Okay. I think that looks good. I'm just going to mix this one again.
Like I said, I just want to grab a fork and start eating that seafood.
It smells delicious.
Oh,
Flopping it all over, guys.
I was going to eat that. Give it the 5-minute roll, you know.
Alright, hold on 1 second. Let me just mix this a little bit more so you don't bite into a big thing of the seasoning. Alright, now we're moving on to this. So now I'm just going to mix this together. If you don't like the herbs, you don't have to add them, or add whichever ones you like. If you don't have the fresh herbs, you can't find them, just use some dry.
Would you be able to use like Italian seasoning?
You could, but I wouldn't, only because of the Creole seasoning.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because that has a little bit more stuff in it, and might not go good with the Creole seasoning.
Right.
I'm not sure. I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
But if people think that they would like
I
it,
was just asking, you know.
go ahead and do it.
If you didn't have the
This
fresh
is
herbs.
definitely a you do you recipe, okay? I'm just giving you the basics. Now you're going to need to grate 1 block of mozzarella and 1 block of Swiss, or whatever cheese you like, put in it. You can use like pepper jack and mozzarella or whatever you want. I just wouldn't use any cheddar. I don't think that would be really good. All right, so you're going to use oven ready lasagna noodles. Now, to tell you the truth, I have never used these.
It's a first for us, so.
It's a first for us. So I'm going to bring my pan over.
So if it ends up tasting like wallpaper paste, I will let you know.
Right. All right, now we're going to start building our lasagna. You're going to use half of your ricotta cheese in the bottom of your pan. I'm just going to spread that around with the back of my spoon. And I'm just using a throwaway pan, just so it's easy cleanup.
We're big into easy cleanup. I mean, the throwaway pans, paper plates, just don't throw away your silverware.
Right. And the thing is, for us, for other people it seems wasteful, but for us, to run the dishwasher for 2 people, it's a lot cheaper just to buy throwaway stuff. Okay, I'm just looking to see what I need to do. Now we're going to add half of the seafood mixture to this. Now make sure that if there's any liquid in the bottom, you kind of drain it off. You don't want that in your lasagna.
Let's come over and take a look.
And I got the Longistinos at Trader Joe's if you have a Trader Joe's near you.
That looks good.
It looks delicious. Smells delicious. You just want to make sure you have enough seafood to taste it.
That's plenty.
Yep.
Oh no. That poor one.
Just got to get some on this size. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Then we're going to drizzle with bechamel. Now while your bechamel is setting aside, keep stirring it because it will get a skin on the top and we don't want that. Alright, and I'm just going to drizzle the bechamel with my spoon.
Hang on, I'm going to move this out of the way.
And the bechamel does take a little bit of time to thicken up, so don't hurry it.
Take your time with it.
Okay. Now, we put the lasagna sheets on.
It doesn't get any cheese before lasagna?
It says to put cheese on top.
Oh.
But I think I'll do the cheese on it so
Yeah,
that
get
it
some
gets,
cheese in the seafood and
I am
stuff.
actually using Swiss cheese and Gruyere. I got it from Trader Joe's. It's our favorite cheese. It's very mild, but it's delicious, and it goes with anything, especially seafood. But I put it in everything, especially your mac and cheeses. Okay, I'm just going to add half that. I'm going to add a little bit of Parmesan that I have in the freezer.
If you couldn't tell, we kind of like cheese, just a little bit.
And then I'm going to add some mozzarella. If you don't like all these cheeses, use the cheeses you like and how much you want. I'm just eyeballing it.
If you don't like cheeses, don't invite us over. Jeez.
It's weird because I like cheese in this stuff, but I hate cheese on my burgers or on my sandwiches or anything like that.
She's weird, I know.
Okay, now I'm going to put the noodles on. Let me give my hand a wash. Alright, now I'm going to layer my noodles. We'll do it this way. I'm just going to overlap them a little bit so we get some good noodles in there. I love noodles. Let me break a little end off this. There we go. That fits perfect.
She's killing it.
Yeah, I needed to get it into the side. Okay, and I'm going to do that, and I'll do it this way. I think I need to break one in half if I can. Perfect.
Look at you.
And just fill your space. And then we're going to continue the layers, okay? All right, once you have your lasagna made up, we're going to cover it tightly with a piece of foil. We're going to place it in the oven for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, you're going to uncover it, cook it for an additional 10 minutes, and if you want your cheese kind of browned, we'll put it under the broiler just for a second or two, okay? So in the oven it goes for 45 minutes. All right, so here's our finished seafood lasagna. I did put it under the broiler. Keep an eye on it so don't burn. But you want it to get a nice brown crisp on the top. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And remember, you do you.